Hi everyone, welcome back to Total Coins. So in this video we're going to be carrying on with our new series, Coin Collecting 101. In this series I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks to help you build your dream collection. Today's video we're going to be looking at coin valuations and sort of finding out how much your coins are worth. When you first start out coin collecting, you probably think that it's easy to get the most valuable coins. Sort of all you need to do is just get the oldest coins you can possibly find. Well, unfortunately with coin collecting it doesn't work like that. There are two main factors that you need to be looking at. First one is the mintage, which refers to sort of how many coins were actually struck in a particular year, and then also condition. So to give you an example on mintage, let's have a look at a few coins. So the first one we're going to look at is the 2017 Benjamin Bunny. So that has a mintage figure of 25 million. That means over the course of 2017 there were 25 million Benjamin Bunnies made. So that actually makes it the second most common 50p in existence, or second most common circulating 50p in existence, behind the 1973 EC Hands 50p. So that was the large 50p. So it's actually the most common in the current version of the 50p. So what you'll see on screen now, I've taken a snapshot of eBay. So it shows you 5 listings for the coin, and what you'll see is average selling price for those 5 coins actually works out to be about 54p. Obviously I've not included sort of delivery costs on there. It gives you an idea that obviously a coin that's been that highly minted has quite a low value, so it's essentially sort of worth face value. But if we now look at the next coin, which is going to be the 2009 Kew Gardens 50p, which has a mintage of 210,000 and is actually the rarest circulating 50p, or current circulations. Obviously I think the EU 50p from 93 is actually a lower mintage, but obviously that's not circulating anymore. And what you'll see, obviously you'll see the eBay listings again now, and what you'll see is from the listings there, even just quickly looking, you can see their selling prices are sort of massively high. Obviously we all know that the Kew Gardens is the rarest, and out of these 5 listings you'll see that the average selling price is £108.12. So with that in mind, sort of mintage plays sort of a very big part in a coin's value. Obviously sort of mintage isn't the only sort of factor that you need to be looking at. The other factor is obviously the condition. So there is actually a 70-point grading system that's used to grade the conditions of coins. I will admit I'm not that up on sort of how the 70-point grading system works, but the 3 most commonly used sort of descriptions for condition are circulated, brilliant uncirculated, or it's sometimes called BU, or if it's in one of the packs it's called a bunk, and then you've got proof coins. So circulating coins are the ones that you'd find in your change. So when circulating coins are created, they're struck just once and are machine fed into a press. So these presses will actually produce about 850 coins a minute. And what you'll see, so you'll see here, I've actually got a 2010 Britannia, Shield, and this is actually a circulated 50p. So if you look, you'll see sort of obviously the condition of it sort of not overly great, and it's definitely sort of been mixed in with other coins. So I'll leave that one there for the minute. Obviously the next condition type is brilliantly uncirculated, or BU. These are sort of produced in dies that are polished. The dies themselves are finished by hand, and the coins receive 2 strikes from the press. Once again, these coins are machine fed into the press, and presses will produce about 100 of them an hour. So you'll see sort of straight away sort of they're a lot There's a lot more care taken in them. And you'll see here, this is what a brilliantly uncirculated will look like. What I've tried to do is I've tried to pick 3 coins, all from the same type of coin, so you can see sort of the difference in them. So that is what the BU quality is. And then if I put, so you can see the difference sort of straight away. Obviously, originally this coin would have been produced as a BU, but obviously it's entered circulation, so it's not as accurate. But what I could do actually is if I get this one out. So this is actually a 2012 shield, and you can probably see a bit better there, just the difference in it. So if you look at sort of like the Queen's face, for example, you see the amount of detail that's on the 2011 one compared to the detail that's on the 2012. The last type of coin is a proof coin. So proof coins are the best quality you can get, and you usually find these in sort of silver or gold versions, but they do Cooper nickel proof coins as well. Proof coins are placed in a press by hand to avoid imperfections. The coins are then struck 6 times at a slower rate and lower pressure to get the best quality strike, and no more than 50 proof coins can be struck in an hour. So you'll see here I've actually got a 2011 proof, and straight away you can just see the difference in the quality. Sort of, it is so much more detailed. The actual sort of image on the coin is so it just pops. If we compare these two, let's see if I can get it so you can see them both. There you go. So you can just see the detail on them. And yet it's obviously proof coins are, as I say, predominantly sort of a lot of people get the proof coins in sort of gold and silver proof. The Raw Mint does release sort of some coins in proof Cooper nickel. So for example, the 50 years of the 50p sets that have been released this year, they were released in proof as well, and I'm actually lucky enough to have both of them. So yeah, the quality that you get is just amazing. So obviously sort of the condition of the coin, the mintage of the coin are all things to sort of take into account. So obviously with mintage as well, the other thing you need to consider is whether the coin is actually an NIFC. So what does NIFC mean? Well, it actually stands for not intended for circulation. And what you will find is there will be normally there's 2 different types of NIFC coins. So the first one is you've got coins of a particular design that weren't released into circulation. So for example, the 2010 and 11 50p shield weren't intended for circulation, so they are sort of basically NIFC years. You've then got coins like the £2 coins that have come out over the last couple of years, sort of the RAF series, for example. Sort of their NIFC years, because they were only intended to be supplied in the packs. So obviously this is something you need to look for. There is obviously, you've got a second type of NIFC coin, sorry, and this is actually sort of a variation of a circulating coin. So one of the coins I've got here is the abolition of the slave trade. So this is one that I mentioned sort of in all my videos. So you'll see this one. This is obviously the circulating one because it's got the textured finish. And then if you flip it round, obviously this has got the 4th portrait of the Queen. So some of them, like for example the Magna Carta, that has 2 different versions, but that has the exact same design on the rear, but the obverse is different. So it has the 4th portrait of the Queen was for the packs only, and the 5th portrait of the Queen was the one that was placed into circulation. Obviously, going back to the abolition of the slave trade, so you've got this one with the textured finish that was made for circulation, but you've then got this one which has a smooth finish. I don't know if we can see it. Let's get it out of the capsule. So you see this one, it's got a smooth finish and a little mint mark sort of just down here. This was the one that was only made for the commemorative packs and the bump packs. So yeah, this is an NIFC coin. This was not intended for circulation. So that's what the sort of things that you need to be sort of looking out for. Obviously with the NIFC variations, some other, obviously I've mentioned the Magna Carta, and another sort of quite popular one to look out for is the Battle of Britain. So obviously that's the same as the Magna Carta, so that has both the 4th and the 5th portrait of the Queen. Obviously the 4th portrait, which was made by Ian Rank Broadley, or sorry, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, was only released in the bump packs and the commemorative sets. Obviously the other thing you need, the last thing to sort of look out for when sort of valuing a coin is obviously the ropey subject of errors. So one of the most popular errors that we come across is the £2 Guy Fawkes. So obviously around the edge of the coin it should say remember, but a lot of the time it actually says per member, and basically that is the result of a weak strike. A lot of people sort of put it online for sort of hundreds and thousands of pounds, sort of saying yeah, it's an error coin, sort of extremely rare, all this. But obviously we see it, how many times do we see it on the £2 hunt? It's not a rare error, so it's not one that you pay any more than face value for. Then on the flip side of that, you've got the Navy Centenary £2, which in itself is a coin that's above face value, but you've also then got 2 variations that are classed as errors. So you've got what's called the full flag error and the half flag error. So what that is at the very top of the mast of the ship that's on the coin, there'll be a flag sort of right at the top of the mast, sorry. That is the full flag error, and you've then got one where it sits sort of just between the 2 parts of the mast that come off the main mast. It looks like just an extra bit of metal, but that's actually meant to be a flag as well, and that's called the half flag error. So both of those coins are actually worth more than the sort of the circulating coin. So that's another thing to look out for. Sort of if people are saying online that they're rare, there's an error, always do your research before you sort of spend any money on a coin. And obviously as well, sort of if you are coin hunting yourself and you come across an abolition of the slave trade, for example, double check that you actually know about the smooth surface. Obviously I mention it on all the hunts when we find one, but there's a lot of different sort of variation coins. So just make sure that you're sort of researching online, you're watching videos on YouTube, just to sort of keep up to date with what are the different variations, sort of what are the ones that I should be looking out for, and is this common coin that I've got actually as common as I think it is. So obviously with that said, sort of that's going to be the end of this video. On the next video we're going to be looking at where you can source your coins for your collection. So whether that be, I think the next video we're going to cover sort of actually buying coins, and also give you a bit of a rundown on sort of helpful tools to have when you're buying coins. And then the video after that will be covering stuff like coin hunts. So if you have any questions about anything that we've covered in this video, sort of leave a comment below and I'll do my best to sort of answer it for you. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new videos. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Links will be in the description below. And if you wanted to leave your questions on any of the social media sites, you're more than welcome to. As soon as I see them, I will sort of endeavour to respond to them. And with that said, sort of thanks for watching this video. Sort of I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's sort of been informative for you. And I will see you on the next video. Alright, bye.